Good morning. Welcome to Songbirds Creations Crochet and More. My name is Margaret, and I would like to welcome you into the Songbirds Nest. Happy Saturday morning. I hope everybody is doing well and you all have a good cup of coffee, which I won't be sharing with you this morning. I am fasting right now, so I will not be partaking of coffee as much as I would love to. Good morning, Grammy Rita. How are you doing? How is everybody on this Saturday morning? I don't know if I guess I can say it's a lovely morning because we're here, we're alive, we woke up. That's a good thing. It makes a nice Saturday, right? Good morning, Lisa. How are you doing today? Oh, so yeah, y'all, I am trying to fast this year. Not feeling very motivated. Well, I'm sorry. That's okay though. Sometimes it's okay not to do anything. We don't have to be doing something every minute of our lives. Maybe another cup, maybe. But yeah, there is nothing in this world that says we have to spend every moment working on something or doing something. Sometimes we're allowed to just sit quietly or not quietly, whatever. Um, yeah, I mean, I think as crocheters, especially, we just feel like we have to be doing, doing, doing. Good morning, Marianne. Enjoy your Mountain Dew. I have decided to try to fast through Ramadan this year. Um, Yesterday I didn't make it too well because I woke up early in the morning and my tummy was not being nice, so I ended up having to take some tummy medicine, and that kind of messed up my fast for the day. But we'll see. Good morning, Julianne. And if I didn't say it, good morning, Marianne. I will have to say one thing. Fasting is screwing up my sleep hours because not eating from sunup to sundown means that I'm staying awake for quite a bit of the night because we eat at sundown, and then I'm not going to lay down a couple of hours later and try to go to sleep. I am fasting for Ramadan, Julianne. And it's about the third day into it, so hopefully it will be getting easier. No Lana, no water. Basically nothing from sunup to sundown. Yes, you were up with me. In fact, I think you were up later than me. I finally went to bed. Although I didn't get to sleep right away, but I did try. Well, okay, so from sunup to sundown is the hours of fasting. So at sundown, we break our fast. We, have some water, we have some fruit to start breaking our fast, and then we have a meal. And then typically we will get up in the wee hours of the morning before sunrise and have another meal that should get us through the day. But I have been having my coffee, my first cup of coffee for the day, around 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, which, is kind of interesting. But, oh, and if I didn't say it, good morning, Tank. How are you feeling after not getting to bed until 4 a.m.? That's just, you're crazier than me. I think it was about 2:30 the last time I looked at the clock. But yeah, I got off of Lexi's live stream and decided to, I usually try to read to slow my brain down. Here lately, I just haven't been reading much. So I watched a couple of different videos. Good morning, Icy Butt. How are you today? I have a visitor. Has he been out? What? Okay. Yes, I know it's cold out. Well, that's something I did do yesterday. I did take a nap. I took a nap and woke up about 4:30, I guess. So I slept from about 2:30 until 4:30, I think it was. So, is there snow in my yard? I have no snow right now, which is nice. We did have some snow yesterday, but nothing stuck, so that makes me happy. So this morning, y'all, I am working on a project you guys haven't seen yet. I am working on a Stitcherhood blanket. And I'm making this with the Lion Brand Mandala Gradient yarn in the burgundy. And then in between my skeins or cakes of mandala, I'm just using some plain pink Caron 1 pound. So that's what I'm working on this morning. I went yesterday and picked up another couple of cakes because I was kind of figuring out that maybe I didn't have quite enough for a queen size blanket. So, and I got to looking at it yesterday and thinking maybe I should have even gotten one more cake than what I did get. So maybe I'll be going back again there soon and buying another cake or two just to be sure I have enough. Good morning, Renee. How are you today? You're up early. Yes, I kept hitting my snooze button. My body just really was not interested in being vertical just yet, but here I am, always up early. You're a better man than I, Gunga Din. I I tend to get up earlier as spring progresses. The earlier the sun rises, the earlier I rise. Um, so, and that works out well because, by the time gardening season rolls around, I want to be up before the sun and get out and get my gardening work done before it gets too hot. So, Tank, yes, if you need to take naps, you take naps. I mean, your body tells you what you need to do. And if it's saying you need to take naps, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Besides which, it's really nobody else's business how many naps you take. Yeah, that would definitely make you have a habit of getting up early, I guess, Renee. Well, now you can, if you want to. Yeah, I know. Once you get that habit ingrained in you, it's kind of hard to change it. So I'm sure you guys can see the comment that I've got pinned up at the top of the chat. That is the link to my post with Lexi's GoFundMe page linked to it. I really would like to ask that anybody who is able, please do donate if you haven't already. I know a lot of you have. But yeah, if you're able and have not donated yet, please do. We are halfway to our initial goal for her, and it would be really nice to hit that goal. Um, Good morning, Kimmy Joe. Tank, I'm sure she will still need it. Um, you know, it takes insurance a while to move on anything. And plus, they do have to actually go through the process of finding a vehicle that they want to try and get. And so, yeah, right now, it's just the initial stages. So, Kimmy Joe, it's really nice to see you here. Haven't seen you much lately, so it's great to see you. But yeah, I mean, we are trying to get some money to help them with the down payment on the vehicle, but also something we don't think about is that when you have an accident, a lot of times your personal items are destroyed. And in this case, because he ended up upside down in a river, basically anything that was in the car is now down the river somewhere. So yeah, that's all stuff that has to be replaced. Lexi's daughters do dance classes. They lost all their supplies for their dance classes. They were in the car. And they don't do just one dance class. I think they each do, I think the one daughter does 2 dance classes and the other daughter does 3. So they lost their dance shoes for all of their dance classes. And if anybody has a kid in dance, you know dance shoes are not cheap. So yeah, those are things that they have to replace so that the girls can continue with their classes. It's yeah, any sport is, yes, you're right, Tank. Any sport is expensive for the supplies. I was very lucky. The only sport my son decided to do was swimming. Good morning, Tammy. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Yeah, running shoes and running outfits, those can get pricey. My son was a good runner and a very good jumper. I mean, he could high jump like crazy, but he didn't go into track. So what is everybody working on these days? As soon as I get to the end of my row, I'll show you the Stitcherhood blanket I'm working on for anybody that hasn't seen it. Sorry, my voice is going froggy. Kimmy Joe, Lexi's husband was helping his family last Sunday, and he was coming home from their house about 2:00 in the morning. I don't know if you know where Lexi lives, but she lives out in the desert in Utah, and there's a canyon that her husband had to drive through to get home. Well, he was going around a bend in the canyon, and a car was coming toward him, and the lights blinded Lexi's husband because it's pitch black in that canyon. So when the lights hit him, it kind of blinded him. So he swerved, but then he went to go back, and he overcorrected, I guess, and went off the side of the road, hit a boulder, which then launched him into the air, and he rolled several times about 150 feet down and landed upside down in the river. If you look at the car, it's almost unbelievable that he walked away from it, but he did. He was able to break out the side glass, his passenger side window glass, and by then some people were coming. They had seen him go off the road, so they came down, managed to come down the side of the canyon and get to him and helped pull him out of the managed to pull him out of the car to, and all he ended up with was a gash on his head, right above his forehead, and abrasions on his arms from pulling out the glass. He does have a concussion. He ended up going back to the hospital the other night because he was having ongoing headaches, and they diagnosed him with a concussion. Lana, it was not super deep. I imagine, a tow truck, they have the winch cables that they can pull a vehicle out from a river. It wasn't in, I don't think it was in very deep, but deep enough. I mean, the problem with being in a river too is that when you're upside down in a river, I mean, you don't know if your car is lodged in a spot where it's going to stay, or if you're going to end up going further down the river. So it's good that he got out as quickly as he did. What did James do? He fractured his arm. Oh no, not good. Oh, Brizzy, I'm sorry. I hope he can stay in the soft cast. Tank, last time my brother and I, brothers and I went down to Myrtle Beach, when we were coming home, we hit really bad traffic on the main highway, and because there was construction. So we decided to get off of that. Oh no, Frizzy, that's terrible. Well, don't tease your sister, I guess. Instant karma. But yeah, we ended up, I think it was in North Carolina, we ended up getting off the main highway and hitting some state routes, which were very windy through the mountains. And my brother did not like them one bit. I mean, he's like, I do not like driving these roads. And I offered to take over the driving for him because I don't have any problem driving in the mountains, but he didn't have me do that. Good morning, Mindy. Good to see you. Working on MJ's Off the Hook 2-day throw. You're using Bernat Blanket Perfect Phasing in dark blue. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Oh yeah, that would make you tend to be white-knuckled, Renee. I have never been in a rollover crash, I'm happy to say. I have been in a couple accidents, but not a rollover. I got in a pileup over on I-40 once, heading in towards Nashville from where I lived. Oh, yeah, pulling an RV is a special kind of not fun. So, everybody, this is what I'm working on. I'll show you again. I am working on a blanket, and I'm doing this in the second variation of the stitch that I just put a tutorial out for. So it's basically like a corner to corner stitch, but worked back and forth in rows rather than working it diagonally corner to corner. And I really like it. It's a quick stitch, and it's almost mindless. I can pretty much do it by feel, so I don't have to keep a super close eye on what I'm doing. Good morning, baby. Good to see you. How are you feeling? Lana, CNY is Mindy, not Chuck. That's who you're talking to. Yeah, Chuck is a long, cool woman. It's okay. It's hard to keep track of all the names when when we're using these handles. Once upon a time, I actually thought about writing a list just so I could keep track of everybody. But I've managed to, everybody that I see fairly frequently, I've managed to memorize most names. So excuse me. Sorry for the yawn. I think after this, I probably will go back to bed, since I really don't have, well, actually, yes, I do have. I'd like to get my silk yarn dyed today so that I can continue on with my shawl that I've been working on. I have that beautiful Pop Rocks yarn from that I bought from Camille, and I'd like to get my shawl done. Oh, nice, Tank. And you won some tea as well, right? Yeah. And then you won the pod shelves and a journal, Lana. I watched that video. That's cool. Baby, I'm doing really well. Actually, my knee is pretty much all healed up. It does get a little painful if I'm up on my feet for too long. It lets me know. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Good morning, Camille. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Camille, I know you haven't seen it yet. Well, yeah, you have. I did send you a picture. Here's where I'm at with the blanket now. I'm almost back down to the burgundy on this cake. So only have Tank, as long as you have the clear cover over them, they should be fine. I've got diamond paintings. Oh, good morning, Cammie. How are you doing? I've got diamond paintings that I have had for years that still are just fine. Tank, this is the stitch. It's like a corner to corner stitch, but you're doing it in rows back and forth instead of doing it diagonally like corner to corner. I just did a tutorial on it. So if you look for the Diamond Trio tutorial, that's the same stitch in that. This is the second variation of the stitch. So basically, it's a multiple of 4, just like the trio stitch, and then you do a chain 3 and a double crochet, a chain, and a double crochet, all in the same, well, in this case, it's in the same space, because when you do it in rows, you're doing your double crochets into the chain 3 stitch, or yeah, into the chain 3 space. So yeah, it's a fun stitch. Go watch my tutorial. It's a lot better than that explanation was. So Cammie, how is your suntan? Is it still hurting? Tank, I'm going to assume you meant whips that you have to do first. We're not even going to talk about how many whips I've got going on right now. And I'm not starting anymore until I get some of these blankets done. Just hunted yesterday. I'm not sure. Auto customer, auto correct is you're killing me. Auto cucumber. Yes, you are, Camille. If you start that thing over, you are insane. Good morning, Kim. How are you doing? Autocorrect quite frequently makes me laugh, Tank, because it does it to me too. So I totally understand. Good morning, Amber. Oh, nice. What'd you have for breakfast? Not that I need to be hearing about food, but hunting in Brazil is illegal. I didn't know that, but don't be doing any hunting, Cammie. Sausage gravy on top of hash browns and eggs. Oh, God, that sounds good. I will need to get some sausage. And, well, Lana, they do have some areas of the country that are rather wild, so I'm sure there is wildlife out there in the country that could be hunted. I love rain on a metal roof. When I lived in Tennessee, the house I lived in, our bedroom was added on to the house, and they had put a metal roof on it. And I just loved sleeping in there when it was raining because the sound of the rain on the roof was so soothing. We had rain here the other day that was pretty loud. Of course, it was also very windy, so the rain was basically horizontal. So it was hitting my window as it was coming sideways. And yeah, it was soothing, other than the thunder and lightning, because it was a thunderstorm that came through. But oh, yuck. How much snow have you had this season, Kim? We had a lot. Right at the moment, we don't have any because we had 50s and actually even had a like 65-degree one day this week. So all of the snow that we had is melted, including most of the big mountain that we had out in front of the house where they plowed all the snow up from the street. Yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy, Kim. About the only place we have that height of snowbanks left is in the Walmart parking lot. Wara wolf. Oh, that sounds interesting, Cammie. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, right now we're going through another little cold spell, and then it looks like it's supposed to warm back up into the mid 40s, mid to upper 40s, and stay that way for a while. So hopefully, maybe we are done with the worst of our winter weather. Hopefully. Not going to count on it, but hopefully. I got all my seeds the other day, so I have that ready to start my planting for my spring plants. There were some tornadoes actually down in southern Illinois and southern Indiana the other night. I know that Rebecca, Yarn Basket Toys, she was under a warning. Yeah, Tennessee. Looks like a fox on stilts. Okay, interesting. They're like wild dogs. Oh, like hyenas? Okay, interesting. But yes, all the storm chasers were out. It was crazy how many storm chasers were out the other day. Oh, Oh, so the picture of that is on the money? That's interesting. Yeah. I think since this one recent bit of bad weather went through, they it should be, yes, I have weather-wise, Tank. Of course. As much as I'm addicted to watching storm chasers, you can better believe I have the app they use. And I actually like it. As far as for the radar part of it, I like it really well. Weather Channel app these days is crap for the radar. Yeah, Ryan Hall is okay. The thing is, he tends to use his footage. I mean, he's not a chaser. So the footage that he's using is usually from other chasers. And I figure if those chasers are on doing live streams, why not watch those chasers? So, Pam loves weather chasers. That's cool. I think I've seen Pam in some of the live streams. I'll tell you what, if I was younger and had the right vehicle and, the equipment that I needed, I would love to be a storm chaser. Yeah, I agree, Tank. Somebody somewhere's getting it, right? You're afraid of storms? I actually love storms. Um, yeah, I am not a huge fan of reed timber. And I'll just leave it at that. Well, I was lucky. I am not a fan of reed timber. No. Um, I was lucky that I grew up with parents who loved storms, so that kind of got instilled into me at an early age. So now when we get thunderstorms, I absolutely love it. And where I lived as a kid, we had a lot of tornado warnings. So, yeah, that's Tank. That's the way I feel too. He's very abrasive. Um, Another one that I used to watch back when he was kind of associated with, when he was associated with Brandon and Corey, was Vince. Vince can be a little abrasive too. His mouth gets going, and so I don't really watch him very much anymore either. internet countryside. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, that's nice. I thought about making the guys hats because it seems like they're always out there doing the winter chases and don't have decent hats. And if you're going to be out there trying to help pull people out of snowbanks and stuff, you need to have good warm weather gear on. And they just don't. They're crazy. Right, Marianne? Exactly. That's what I think too. Every time I watch them, they don't have. Well, I think this past winter I saw them. They were wearing gloves, but they weren't wearing hats. And then finally, I was watching one day, and one of them did stop and get a hat at a. Oh yeah, Tank. Brandon is really good at managing to get semis out of snowbanks. It's pretty amazing. Um, have you seen his vehicle now that he's got the new wrap on it? There won't be any mistaking Brandon if he's in your town. He is advertising loud and proud, I'll tell you. The guys were all teasing him about it the other day, talking about his rainbow. I guess if you're out chasing storms, driving a rainbow around isn't a bad thing to do. Let's make fisherman hats. I'm not sure exactly what a fisherman hat is, Cami. Right, exactly. Everyone can see. It is definitely bright. Okay, is it a knitted beanie, crocheted beanie? Okay. Well, I do knitted beanies. I don't know if you call them fisherman's hats, but I just do like a ribbed beanie. I don't have an Addy big enough or Centro. My the one I've got basically is big enough to do socks. Okay, Cami. Yeah, I do those beanies. I don't. I never call them fisherman beanies. I just call them ribbed beanies. One thing I do like doing is doing ribbed beanies on my double-ended hook. Those you can work up really fast. Yeah, here's my double-ended hook. So this this hook is used for doing what they call crow hooking. So it's almost like a type of Tunisian stitch, except you work back and forth. If you work with two different colors, it turns out pretty cool because one side of your work will be predominantly one color that you're working with, and then the other side of the hat would be predominantly the other color you're working with. So it makes like reversible hats. So yeah, I like working with this thing. You want to learn to do the double-ended hook? Is that what you're talking about, Cami? If you want to learn how to do that, I could do up a tutorial. I don't think I've ever done one. So it's getting toward the end of my time with you guys. Got about 5 minutes left. And I do just want to remind y'all again that if you are able, please do contribute to Lexi's GoFundMe. We really would like to get her up to the goal. and beyond it, if possible. So, yes, please do go to the link that I've got posted there and donate if you're able. And it does not matter how much of a donation you make. Anything that you can help with, even if it's just $1. If we all donate a little, it will add up to a lot. So, yes, please do donate if you have not already. I know that a lot of you have, and we appreciate you very much. So, how much does GoFundMe take? It will take anything you put in pretty much. Now, they do take fees, so, keep that in mind. Whatever you put in, they're going to add their little bit on. But I think you can donate as low as $5, I don't know. I've never tried it to see, how low you can. Okay, 2.9% plus 30 cents. All right. Oh, their money? Okay, so Camille just told you 2.9% plus 30 cents. If you'd prefer to donate straight to Lexi, Camille, does Lexi have a Venmo or Cash App linked on her? Does she have Venmo or Cash App linked on her channel description? I never have looked. Bear with me just a moment. I am taking a look at her. Yes, so Lexi does have her Venmo and her Cash App linked on the description on her channel. So if you want to send directly to Lexi, you can go to her channel and use the link there to send money directly to her. So that will work too. And like I said, we appreciate everybody who has donated or is planning to donate. Yeah, we love you all. This is a great community. Everybody is very generous, and I think as a community we need to be here and help each other out when we need it. I would hope that if something was to happen to me like that people would reach out and help me too. So let's do our best at helping out a sister in stitches. So, Cammie, I was just getting ready to leave. But I will be back again tomorrow morning. I will be here at 9:30 a.m. as always. So I hope to see you all then. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. Spend it doing what you love and with the people you love. And take care till the next time. See you again soon. Bye-bye.